Jesus did not abolish the Old Testament laws. He just stated the real meaning of those laws and asked us to follow it properly by fulfilling its original intention. In Matthew 5:17, Jesus said, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them." The Greek word used for fulfill also means to cause God's will to be obeyed as it should be. He also said that until heaven and earth pass away, not even an iota or a dot will pass from the law, since heaven and earth is still standing. The Old Testament law is also still valid. Jesus never put away with the law. When he lived in this world, he never did something against the law of God. He was against the law of men, not the law of God. In fact, he told us to follow the law of God more than the scribes and Pharisees in order to enter the kingdom of heaven. Jesus asked his followers to follow the law more seriously than they already do. In Acts 15, there are two problems: first, about circumcision, and second, about keeping the law of Moses. When the apostles and the elders gathered to discuss this matter, they decided not to force the Gentiles to circumcise, considering the Gentiles are saved even before they are circumcised. They asked the Gentiles to abstain from the things polluted by idols, and from sexual immorality, and from what has been strangled, and from blood. Acts 15:20 and 21 says, "But you write to them to abstain from the things polluted by idols, and from sexual immorality, and from what has been strangled, and from blood." For from ancient generations Moses has had in every city those who proclaim him, for he is read every Sabbath in the synagogues. They asked the Gentiles to keep away from these four things just to begin with, because every Sabbath the law of Moses is read in every synagogue, so those Gentiles can hear the law of Moses in the synagogues and start to follow them completely over time. From day one, they are asked to do those four things, and eventually they can follow everything completely. If those Gentiles want to circumcise, they can do so, but it is not required on day one of following Jesus. They will not be saved because of circumcision, but they are saved because of grace. In order to be saved, we should not only believe God, but also fear God. We show that we fear God when we do things that pleases God, and by following His laws, we can please Him. So we should understand that Jesus did not put away with the law, but asked us to follow the Old Testament law properly, as we can see in Matthew 5:17-20. In order to enter the kingdom of heaven, we should follow the commandments of God and teach others to do the same. Jesus did not abolish the law.